Hello, my name's Al Bartle. I'm with the Smith School of English in Okamoto, Japan, and welcome again for part 2 of the fun TOEIC English listening practice. Listen to the following practice, take notes, and be prepared to answer questions at the end. We shall continue on with RoboVentures. RoboVentures Corporation is in the middle of developing a new English-speaking robot for sale to English students worldwide. Tom Burns, the project manager, was given 1 month for his team to make some big improvements to the first prototype. The deadline is approaching, and Tom's team has made some progress. The robot can now understand some of the user's questions and answers, and can answer some yes or no questions. Instead of asking, "What did you say?" it now says, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that." After saying that one time, it says, "Well, that's okay. You can tell me again later." The next big problem is to decide what exactly the robot should look like, what size it should be, and if it needs to be mobile or just sit in a chair and move its head, hands, arms, and make facial expressions. The original concept was to make it exactly like a human, but that would result in a need to set the selling price above $100,000 and limit the sales quantities. It might be necessary to team up with Honda to make a robot like Ashimo. It was decided that the robot would be permanently sitting and just move its head, arm, hands, and fingers and make facial expressions that are appropriate to the conversation. As for topics that can be discussed, it was decided that these will be sold as add-on modules to cover such topics as popular music and movies, scientific discoveries, famous literature, etc. Each module would sell for $499, and this should allow the company to continue to sell software for several years. If this part of the business is well planned out, users can gradually perfect their ability to discuss many different topics and continue to improve their ability to use English over a long period of time. Tom is having a lot of trouble at home recently. His wife, who he rarely sees due to his excessive overtime, has threatened to divorce him if he does not start coming home earlier at least 3 days a week. Tom is trying to find a way to go home earlier, but so far it has been very difficult. The progress of the project is delayed about 1 month already, and Tom cannot relax until the project is back on schedule. Okay. Questions. Number 1. Has Tom's team made any progress? Yes, they have. Number 2. What can the robot now understand? It can now understand some of the user's questions and answers. Number 3. What does the robot now say when it doesn't understand what the user has said? It says, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that." Number 4. What is the next big problem? It's to decide what the robot should look like. Number 5. If the robot were made completely mobile, what would it cost? It would cost over $100,000. Number 6. What company would RoboVentures have to team up with to make a completely mobile robot? They would have to team up with Honda. Number 7. What did they decide to do? They decided that the robot would be permanently sitting and just move its head, arms, hands, and fingers and make facial expressions. Number 8. What about topics for the robot to discuss? it was decided to sell them as add-on modules. Number 9. How much would the add-on modules be sold for? They would be sold for $499 each. Number 10. What are some topics that would be sold? For example, popular music and videos, scientific discoveries, and famous literature, etc. Number 11. What would the add-on modules allow the company to do? It would allow them to sell software for several years. Number 12. What would the users be able to do by purchasing new add-on modules? They would become able to discuss many different topics and improve their English over a long period of time. Number 13. What was Tom's wife threatened to do? What has Tom's wife threatened to do? She has threatened to divorce him. Number 14. How much is the project delayed? It's delayed about 1 month. Number 15. Can Tom relax now? No, he can't. Okay, how did you do? Listen again and again and keep trying. We're going to continue to develop the story around Tom's home life, his teenage daughter, and problems that they're having at home. So stay tuned. I think it'll be very, very interesting. So good luck and see you next time. Bye-bye.